And we're back. The Legal Eagles. Robert Redford, Deborah Winger, Daryl Hannah. An Ivan Reitman film. Now, how can this miss? You've got three of the biggest all-time stars, and you've got a star director at the height of his powers. I don't think I've ever seen this. And in this light, with that dark background, I can't read one word. But what I'm going to say is, I bet it's a light-hearted romance, and a lot of it has to do with stuff going on in a courtroom. There's my guess. I bet I'm close. Look at that. Certainly a rental. Look at this. Is kind of an odd shape with these cylinders right here. That looks a little bigger than usual. And it's the rare double window. The double window is rare, 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 rare. Hardly ever see that. Oh yeah, it's our famous guy here from this place. Somebody knows this guy? I would like to talk to him. I'll put him on my one of my live shows and we can discuss it. I would love to do that. If you're out there, please. I'd like to talk to you about. I'd like to talk about running the store, how you got involved in it, what the process was for getting movies, how much money can you really make, was it a good living, what happened when things started to slip, when Blockbuster and stuff like that pushed you out. I'd love to hear that story from this gentleman. The Last Hunter. I don't know why I'm tapping this tape. He may have nothing to do with this. We don't know yet. Starring David Warbeck, don't know. Tisa Farrow, Toby King, Bobby Rhodes. Okay, so these are people I've never heard of. And just looking at this and seeing Vestron, I'm thinking schlock. But let's see. The brutal story of one man's fight for survival behind enemy lines. Well, guess what? I wasn't guessing that. A hard-hitting recreation of the devastation and rampant carnage of it's a Vietnam War movie. The Last Hunter tells the story of one man fighting for his sanity in the midst of a nightmare of destruction. You know what? I would watch this. 1980. That's cool. This is when they were just beginning to talk about the Vietnam War and how horrible it was and how the soldiers came back never the same. Now look at this. Look at the way this is. There's not one lick of anything on here. B453. And I don't even see a B453 on here. Do you think this is really The Last Hunter? That's the question. Tell you what, I got my juices flowing here. I want to see what's going on here. You're going to get a rare treat. It's probably going to be hard to shoot it, but we'll try. There we go. Get off of there, tripod. Now, what can you see there? You can see the Betamax there. And turn on this TV. And we'll put this tape in. And the weird thing about Betamax is it doesn't automatically play a tape you put in there like VHS does. Oh, shoot, I can't. It's so dark in here. Where's the play button? Oh, they're way back there. There's play. Now let's see what we can see here. Oh, come on, you. I'm trying to frame this. Do as you're told. Well, so far so good. We might get what we're looking for here. That tape is in bad shape. But I mean, it was probably made on the cheap with Vestron. Vestron, I'm thinking this is the tape. I want to tell you, those old synthesizer sounds are so ingrained in my brain from growing up during this period. Wow, look at that. That tape's in bad shape, sir. I need to put this in the front of the line of the digitization. God, look at that picture. It's terrible. It can't even sustain itself. I can see there's some kind of schnurd on my screen. It needs to be cleaned. Ah, we got an auteur director. Yeah, there better not be anything. All right, I guess I got to stop it. There could be X-rated stuff on here that will kill my video. So it's that movie. Definitely that. All right, now let's try to get back here. There we go. Whoops, damn. Beat the hell out of that, didn't I? And a little more like that. This tripod is so rigid. I'll just do this. Won't that fix my problem there? Yeah, just got to be very careful. So, that is the movie. Just hope the tape doesn't get stuck in there. Good, it didn't. And that is The Last Hunter. I would check that out. Oh, Lassie. Hello, sweetie. Oh, we got a different, looks like a different company here. Mullins. I don't know if you can see that on the camera. Mullins TV. I think that was, that sound you hear in the background, the vacuum robot. The vacuum robots are more advanced now. They like turn themselves on and do shit. It can be very inconvenient when you're trying to record. So it just says Mullins TV. I'm wondering if this was a guy who used to sell TVs and decided, hey, everybody else is renting tapes. Let's get in on that. They're here. I can sell them a VCR. Probably, something like, here's 5 free rentals, something like that. Let's see, Lassie. I've only heard of like Lassie Come Home. Is that a thing? Black and white. Oh boy. Starring Lassie. If this is Lassie in 1964, how did I watch one in the early 80s of Lassie? The Return of Lassie or something. Lassie Go Home. I don't know. You know Lassie. I don't even think I've ever seen a full Lassie movie. Or Benji or any of that stuff. Let the Balloon Go. Whoa, what is this? Now, this definitely looks like a movie I would have seen in elementary school when teachers got to go do whatever. 1983. Although I don't think I was in. I don't know where I was in 1983. I don't know how old I was. I would have been, what, 10, 11, 12? I'd probably have already gone to middle school or close to it anyway. Who cares, right? You're here to see the movie. The year is 1970. The setting, a small Australian outback town where a slightly handicapped 12-year-old boy struggles to win respect by overcoming his disabilities. Based on the international bestseller by Australia's award-winning children's author, Ivan, and I'm sorry, Ivan, I should be able to say your name, Suttle, whose poignant story of a boy and his family has been cited as the Library of Congress honor book in the USA and as the Command Book of the Year of Australia. Southall, co-author the screenplay, has created a handful of powerful film versions and one of the world's most popular stories in contemporary literature. I would watch that. I mean, it's a kid's movie. I'm not a kid. I don't know those sensibilities, but I might watch it. Look at that. It's our old friend there. Call me, dude. Somebody give me his details. I want him on here. I want to know his story. I'd actually like to know that TV guy, too. You know, were you selling TVs? Did you decide to get in on the action? Let me know, bro. Ah, here she is. Kim Carnes. She's got Betty Davis eyes, right? Yeah, oh yeah, look at it right there. Smash hit. You got Betty Davis eyes. Invisible Hands. Don't know that one. Voyeur, I don't know. Draw of the Cards, don't know. Betty Davis eyes. Sounds like I need to watch this video 45. By the way, I love these video 45s. I know they're not a great value proposition, but back when everything was wonderful, music-wise, you could get your own videos. And the weird thing is, like, I could probably type the names of those videos in right now and then be on YouTube. So it's sort of pointless, but it's about the ritual. So before you write in there how dumb I am for having these old tapes, that's the point. Kramer versus Kramer. Now, you must know this movie. This thing was everywhere. But a divorce where the woman just takes off, leaves the kid with the father. Just see you later. Had enough. And then at some point tries to reclaim the child. And there's a bitter sort of legal fight. Not my kind of movie just because of all the misery that's involved in it. But there it is. Kramer versus Kramer. The name you know. Elton John. Now, I watched this. And there were some, this is, you know, around this period. This is what he was doing, right? Is that in the frame there? So you get acclaimed video originator? What the hell does that mean? I know Russell Mulcahy. A musical and visual feast of breaking down barriers, Elton's song, Just Like Belgium, with the full Dolby stereo and a lavish 24-track recording mix, not to mention host of special laser effects and other innovative visual effects. That video there with the laser effects is priceless. Just for those lasers, you should look up whatever video that is. I don't know which one it is. But that was so funky that I actually rolled back the tape and watched it twice. I'm like, how did this pass by? Here it is. You wanted it. Jagged Edge. I've never seen this movie. I hear it's some kind of mystery, which the morning after. This guy's always involved in mysteries during this time period. Let's see what it's about. I hope it doesn't spoil it. Let's see. A grisly oh yeah, okay, so there you go. Looks like courtroom drama. I don't want to read too much. I do want to see this, and I don't want to get spoiled. There's no better thing than to watch a movie where you know absolutely nothing about it, and it turns out to be good. That's sort of the best way to see that kind of stuff. This thing has been through the mill here. This was definitely around. What does that say? Command Performance Video, Beaverton, Oregon. And you get a phone number. I'm tempted to call that, I'll tell you. Well, it's probably somebody else's number. Leave me alone. No video store here. Idiot. We got the last Blockbuster here in Oregon, and that's it now. Get bent. Fancy box, Jagged Edge. What else we got here? Ooh. Look at this. Jack's Back. Now, as I'm recording this, About a month ago or so, DNA evidence that was provided, they actually know who Jack the Ripper is now. So this sort of Jack's back, who was it, etc. You're just going to have to suspend disbelief. But we do know that, well, you should look it up. It's actually an interesting story on who Jack the Ripper really was and what happened to him. Cynthia Gibb is in this. Oh, Modern Girls. It's a good movie. James Spader for Pretty in Pink. I'm not sure that would be the one I would. Hanging my hat on there. Jack's back. Look at the condition of this. They really figured this out at some point. Let's see, what video store is this? Universal Video 12. Oh, this guy was a mogul, huh? Cacolamus, Oregon. $50 charge if you tamper with this sticker. $50. Phew. What were people doing to these tapes that they would open them up and they'd have to put a sticker on them? Does anybody know? What were they changing the film, putting like a porno or something in there? Or I don't fully understand what people were doing and why those things had to be sealed. Mark Twain Classics, The Innocents Abroad. Don't know that book. Don't know that article. Don't know anything about it. With The Innocents Abroad, you have the unexpected pleasure of seeing the world through the eyes of the one and only Mark Twain. Craig Wasson plays a droll Twain who is assigned a story on his grand tour of the what is that word? Continents? Grand tour of the continents. I don't know what that is. For a San Francisco newspaper. He's soon joined by what does that say? Irrepressible Brookie Adams. Well, Brooke Adams. That's an actress. I know her. And Dave DeDongan Steers. I know him too. He was in MASH, and he was in a great movie, Better Off Dead. Fantastic. There was also he was in like Doc Holliday. He's a good actor. The film superbly captures the timeless wonders of Italy, France, Greece, and Egypt, as well as the incomparable wit and wisdom of Mark Twain. Seems to me the pyramids are pyramiding themselves. And look at that. Casa Chiro. Whatever that means. Casa Chiro. But I don't see a rental sticker on here, but something's up. Something happened. Maybe that was in a library. That feels like a library. Oh, I don't know if you remember this one. The Iceman. They dig up a dude who's been frozen in ice from caveman times. I haven't seen this in so long. I can't remember what it's about other than they wake this guy up and he has a hard time. Let's just say he's no Encino Man. I'll put it that way. This was one that was in a weird box. You see, I sort of repaired it by... Somebody butchered the original box, and I put it together as best I could. But that's essentially what that's about. I'm not going to read that. And then this is it. We're down to our last one here. This was a long one because we got sidetracked with the video story, but irreconcilable differences. Now this, to me, is the kid doesn't like the parents fighting, so she tries to emancipate herself. Now look at that kid. How on earth is that kid going to emancipate itself? But that's the thing. There's a legal battle, and she sues the parents, and it's this whole big thing. And it's got the same Kramer versus Kramer energy. I don't know. It's to me, it was like a farce. Emancipated. Ugh. I'm 3 years old. I want to be emancipated. I didn't get my ice cream cone. Silly stuff. There you go. Irreconcilable differences. And that's going to do it for this episode of A to Z. So I will see you next time.